Welcome to the Sleepy Facts universe, a quiet corner of existence where wonder doesn't startle but settles, where curiosity doesn't race but floats, like a single dandelion seed on a still summer afternoon. You can let go of the weight of the day now. There is nothing to solve here, nothing to remember, only soft, gentle truths about this beautiful, breathing world we call home. Truths that remind you that you are part of something vast and deeply peaceful. So, just listen. Let your breathing find a slow, natural rhythm. And as you drift through this universe of calm, we'll begin with perhaps the most quiet fact of all. Right now, beneath your feet, whether you are on the 10th floor of a building or lying in a ground floor room, is the Earth. Not just as a globe or a map, but as a living, ancient entity. And it is singing. Our planet has a hum, a constant, low-frequency vibration generated by the endless churning of the oceans, the press of waves against countless shores, the sigh of winds over mountain ranges, and the very pulse of atmospheric pressure. Scientists call it the Earth's hum. It is a sound far too low for our human ears to hear, but it is there, a perpetual, gentle drone, a lullaby the planet has been singing for billions of years. Think of that. As you rest, you are resting upon a sphere that is quietly resonating, a planet that is, in its own way, breathing. Its crust expands and contracts with the heat of its core, ever so slightly, like the chest of a sleeping giant. This motion is imperceptible to you, but it is the proof of a world that is alive, not with the chaos of our surface lives, but with a profound geologic calm. The same forces that push continents an inch apart over a lifetime are the forces that cradle you now. And from this calm living base, let your imagination drift upward, through the layers of stillness, to where the air meets the sky. That sky, which seems so separate, is in fact the Earth's most delicate garment, a protective veil held close by gravity's gentle embrace. And within that veil, there exists a daily miracle of such quiet grace, we scarcely notice it. It is the journey of dust, not as something to be cleaned away, but as a vital traveler. Every day, without any fanfare, millions of tons of mineral dust rise from deserts like the Sahara. Lifted by warm, slumbering winds, these finest particles begin an astonishing voyage. They drift, not in a frantic scatter, but in a slow, soaring dance across entire oceans. A single speck from the dunes of North Africa may ride the currents of the atmosphere for a week, crossing the Atlantic, before it finally begins its gentle descent. And where does it land? Much of it settles peacefully into the vast, waiting rainforests of the Amazon. This dust is a gift. It carries phosphorus and other nutrients, essential elements that the lush, rain-drenched soil of the jungle has slowly lost over centuries. So the Sahara, in its arid stillness, nourishes the greatest reservoir of green life on the planet. One desert's breath feeds another continent's heartbeat. It is a silent, planetary exchange, a reminder that in the grand, quiet systems of Earth, nothing is ever truly lost. It is only transformed and carried on a soft global wind. This wind itself is not a random force, but a kind of celestial breathing. The sun warms the equator, air expands and rises, creating a space for cooler air to softly flow in and take its place. This is the essence of every breeze that has ever brushed your cheek. It is the planet finding balance, a deep, slow exhalation that circles the globe. Your next breath, drawn in calm rest, is part of that same endless cycle. That cycle of air connects us to all living things in a whisper of constant exchange. The oxygen you release with every quiet exhale is not lost. It is taken up by the green world around you, and in a gesture of silent reciprocity, the trees outside your window, the moss on a distant stone, offer back the very air you now draw in. This is not a transaction, but a conversation that has continued uninterrupted for hundreds of millions of years. Consider the tree that gives that oxygen. Its life is a testament to patient reaching, not frantic striving. In a single growing season, a mature oak will produce hundreds of thousands of acorns. Of these, perhaps only one will become a new tree. The rest will become food for creatures, or simply settle into the earth to decompose. And there is no urgency in this, no disappointment. It is simply the oak's way of participating in the flow of life, offering its abundance without attachment to the outcome. The tree itself stands through seasons, not by fighting the wind, but by moving with it. Its roots, hidden in the cool, dark soil, are in a constant, slow dialogue with a universe we seldom see. A single handful of that fertile earth contains more microorganisms than there are human beings on the entire planet. These tiny, ancient lives are tirelessly at work, breaking down what has fallen, transforming the old into nourishment for the new. The tree is held, fed, and supported by this unseen, bustling community of quiet decomposers, a peaceful, perpetual cycle of renewal happening in the darkness below. This hidden world beneath the soil mirrors a vaster, slower rhythm above. The very wood of the tree, the solidity of its trunk, is built from something intangible: air. Through the quiet magic of photosynthesis, the tree takes the carbon dioxide from our shared atmosphere and, using the gentle energy of sunlight, weaves it into solid cellulose. The strength of its branches, the rough texture of its bark, is essentially captured sky, starlight, transformed into leaf, and then into lasting form. And the light that makes this possible has itself been on a long, serene journey. The photon that touches a leaf today began its life in the core of our sun over 100,000 years ago. It spent millennia wandering through the dense layers of the star in a slow, zigzagging path toward the surface. When it finally burst into space, it took a mere 8 minutes to cross the vast emptiness and reach Earth. So you see, the dappled light filtering through a forest canopy is both ancient and instantaneous. It carries the memory of a faraway nuclear furnace, yet delivers it as a gentle warmth on your skin, or the illumination that allows a flower to know when to bloom. This blooming itself follows a clock not of gears, but of celestial mechanics. The tilt of the Earth's axis, a fixed angle maintained as we journey around the sun, gifts us the predictable, comforting turn of the seasons. It is this reliable lean that creates the spring that coaxes buds from branches, the summer that fills them with green, the autumn that paints them in fiery hues, and the winter that suggests a deep, necessary rest. It is not chaos, but a slow, graceful wobble in our planetary motion, a dance of such grandeur that its result is the simple, reliable hope of a crocus pushing through late snow. That same snow, once it melts, begins a journey of profound patience. It may seep into the ground, joining the hidden groundwater that flows silently through layers of rock and sediment. This water moves not in minutes or hours, but in years, decades, even centuries. A single molecule of water you drink today may have once lain in a deep aquifer or been part of a glacier that carved a mountain valley 10,000 years ago. It has been in the clouds and in the deep, dark soil. It has quenched the thirst of countless other lives before yours. This water finds its way to the rivers, those great, slow arteries of the continents. And a river, from its source to the sea, is the embodiment of gentle persistence. It does not force its path, but finds the way of least resistance, wearing down stone not through violence, but through the soft, ceaseless caress of its current over unthinkable spans of time. A river is never in a hurry. It meanders, creating wide looping curves called meanders, a shape that mirrors the winding path of a snake at rest. or the curling tendril of a vine. It is the most efficient path for a patient force, a symbol that the longest way around is often the most peaceful way forward. Where the river finally meets the ocean, something beautiful and tranquil occurs. The fresh water surrenders itself to the salt. It doesn't vanish, it merges. This meeting place, the estuary, is one of the most fertile and gentle environments on Earth. The waters mix slowly, creating a brackish cradle for life. Here, the rush of the river finally settles into the vast, rhythmic embrace of the tides. It's Joe. Ernie completes a cycle that will begin again, with evaporation lifting water back to the sky in an invisible, upward river of vapor. And that vast, embracing ocean holds more than just water. It cradles a symphony of silence and sound. At depths where sunlight never reaches, the pressure is immense, a quiet, all-encompassing hug from the water itself. In this eternal midnight, life glows. Creatures create their own gentle light through bioluminescence, a soft blue or green radiance born from chemical reactions within their bodies. It is not a light to see by, but a language, a firefly pulse to attract a mate, a shimmering veil to confuse a predator, a silent living starfield in the abyss. Yet, even in this profound darkness, there is a constant soothing sound. It is the sound of the Earth's own geology. Along great underwater mountain ranges known as mid-ocean ridges, the planet's tectonic plates are slowly drifting apart. Magma from the Earth's mantle wells up to fill the gap, creating new oceanic crust. This process is not a cataclysm, but a steady, warm exhalation. It releases heat and gentle seismic rumblings, a deep, low-frequency pulse that travels for thousands of miles through the water. To the great whales that navigate these lightless plains, this is a background hum, a comforting reminder of the planet's living heart. And from these deepest, coldest waters, a global journey begins. A slow, grand conveyor belt of currents, driven by differences in tempi, rature and salinity, circulates water around the entire world. A molecule of water sinking in the frigid North Atlantic may travel the ocean depths for 1,000 years before rising again in the warm Pacific. This is the Great Ocean Conveyor, a circulation so slow and vast it makes the turning of seasons seem swift. It distributes heat, carries nutrients, and connects every ocean basin in one continuous, restful flow. The sea is never still. It is always turning over, resting in its own perpetual, peaceful motion. Rising from those dark, circulating depths, we find a world governed by a different kind of rhythm, the predictable, calming pulse of the tides. They are the breath of the ocean, drawn by the silent, distant pull of the moon. This celestial companion, itself a piece of ancient Earth cast into orbit after a long-ago impact, now gently tugs at our seas. It is a gravitational whisper, causing the water to swell and subside in a slow, reliable cadence. Shorelines have known this rhythm for all of time. Creatures synchronize their entire lives to it. The burrowing crab that waits for the tide to cover its home, the grunion fish that lay their eggs in wet sand, just as the tide recedes, knowing the next high tide will summon their young to hatch. On the surface, where light returns, this rhythm is mirrored in the daily vertical journey of trillions of tiny creatures in what is called the DL migration. As dusk settles, vast clouds of zooplankton, small shrimp, jellyfish, and microscopic life rise from the safety of the deep to feed near the surface under the cover of darkness. At the first hint of dawn, they sink back down, a living blanket descending to avoid the daylight. This is the largest daily migration of biomass on the planet, happening not across land, but through the vertical column of the sea. A slow, billowing breath of life, rising and falling with the dimming and brightening of the sky, and the medium through which they move, the water itself, has a unique, almost mindful property. Of all the common substances on Earth, water is one of the few that expands as it freezes into its solid state. This means ice floats. If it did not, if it sank, our oceans would have frozen solid from the bottom up long ago. Instead, ice forms a protective, insulating layer on the surface, cradling the liquid life below. The floating iceberg, the thin skin of ice on a winter pond. These are not barriers, but blankets. They are a testament to a molecule's unusual architecture, a gentle anomaly that preserved the possibility for life to continue its quiet, aqueous dream. Where this floating ice meets rock, or where gentle waves finally tire themselves against a sandy shore, another layer of quiet persistence is revealed. The boundary between land and sea is never a sharp line, but a wide, wet margin of constant negotiation. Salt marshes and tidal flats thrive here, in a world that is neither fully one nor the other. These are places of immense softness. The mud is rich and dark, composed of silt delivered by patient rivers and the decomposed matter of generations of grasses. It absorbs the footsteps of wading birds without complaint. The plants that have chosen this life are masters of calm adaptation. Cordgrass and mangroves have evolved to filter salt, to breathe through specialized roots that rise from the water like slender, wooden straws. They do not fight the salt, they make peace with it, and in doing so, they create a labyrinthine nursery for young fish, a sanctuary from the open ocean's vastness. The roots slow the tidal waters, allowing sediment to settle, building the land grain by grain. It is a world built not by force, but by filtration and steady capture. Listen to the soundscape here. It is not silent, but its sounds are soft-edged. The whisper of wind through tall grass, the delicate pop of bubbles rising from the methane breath of the mud below, the distant mournful cry of a curlew. These sounds are absorbed by the damp air and the flat landscape, never echoing, only fading gently into the spacious sky. It is a place that teaches the value of margins, of in-between spaces where life finds a way not through dominance, but through resilient, flexible gentleness. Every tide brings a minor rearrangement, a soft sculpting of channels and banks, in a process that measures time not in hours, but in the slow accumulation of silt and the gradual, seaward creep of new land. Above these tranquil margins, the air becomes a highway for journeys of breathtaking scale and gentle instinct. Each year, as the Earth tilts on its axis, shifting the balance of light and warmth, billions of birds embark on migratory voyages. They do not consult maps. Instead, they follow inherited whispers, the pull of magnetic fields sensed through specialized cells, the ancient patterns of stars wheeling in the night sky, the very scent of the wind. A young Arctic tern, born on a rocky shore in the far north, will feel an irresistible pull to head south over open ocean, toward a place it has never seen, guided by a knowledge written deep within its being. Their flight is not a frantic race, but a sustained, energy-efficient glide. They ride thermal columns of rising warm air, circling upward with wings outstretched, expending minimal effort. Then, they set their wings and soar for miles, descending slowly until they find the next thermal. It is a journey of patient lifting and gradual descent, a dance with the atmosphere itself. Watching a hawk spiral silently upward on a thermal is to witness a creature completely at peace with its medium, trusting the invisible support of the warmed air. And as they travel these ancient flyways, they connect continents ecologically. A seed from a northern berry, eaten by a bird in one hemisphere, may be deposited thousands of miles away, encased in natural fertilizer, giving rise to a new plant in a distant land. These migratory paths are not just roots, but living threads, stitching the biosphere together. The fatigue of the long journey is woven into the very fabric of ecosystems, a quiet annual testament to the interconnectedness of distant forests, wetlands, and shores. The absence of their song in one place means its imminent arrival in another, a seasonal exchange of sound and life carried on the wind. While birds traverse continents, another universe of quiet industry exists upon them, and within the very soil they overfly. Consider the feather of a sleeping goose, nestled against its warm body. Each filament of that feather, visible under a microscope, is lined with tiny hooks called barbicels. These hooks zip together, much like a silent zipper, creating a seamless, insulating blanket against the cold. It is a perfect, self-repairing architecture, a structure of air pockets and interlocking parts that requires no conscious thought to maintain. When the bird preens, it is simply realigning these microscopic fasteners, restoring the integrity of its warmth with a gentle pass of its beak. Beneath the trees where birds roost, an even slower, more deliberate architect is at work. The earthworm, spending its life in perpetual gentle movement through the soil, is an engineer of the underground. It does not dig or burrow in a destructive sense. It consumes the soil itself, digesting the organic matter within, and in return, aerates the earth with its tunnels. Its passing creates tiny channels for air and water to penetrate, and its castings, the enriched soil it leaves behind, are among the most fertile material on the planet. This is creation through consumption, a slow, continuous act of renewal performed in total darkness. The worm's entire world is a tactile one of pressure and texture, a constant, quiet communion with the granular earth that gives it life and purpose. And on the surface, between blades of grass, another testament to patient collaboration unfolds. Lichen is not a single organism, but a serene partnership between a fungus and an alga. The fungus provides structure and shelter, a miniature landscape of holdfasts and bodies. The alga, nestled within, produces food through photosynthesis. Together, they can colonize the bare face of a glacier-scoured rock, initiating the slow, century-long process of creating soil from solid stone. They require nothing but light, air, and time. Their growth is measured in millimeters per year, a visible record of patience, a living testament to the power of quiet alliance over solitary struggle. That stone upon which the lichen grows holds stories far older than any partnership. It is a chronicle of deep time, written in mineral language. The smooth granite boulder, warmed by the sun, may have begun as molten rock cooling slowly miles beneath an ancient mountain range. The speckled patterns in its surface are crystals that formed over thousands of years. As the heat faded, each mineral finding its place in the solidifying melt with glacial patience. The very solidity of stone is an illusion of our brief perception. Given enough time, even granite flows. Under the immense, constant pressure of overlying rock, it can deform and move like thick honey, a process measured in epochs. Some stones are not born of fire, but of water and accumulation. Sandstone is quite literally a testament to stillness. Each grain was once a fragment of a different rock, weathered by wind and water, tumbled until its edges were soft, and then laid to rest. It settled in a calm, ancient sea or a vast desert dune field. Layer upon layer built up over millennia, each stratum a page in a diary of forgotten days. The weight of subsequent layers pressed these loose grains together, and mineral-rich water seeping through cemented them into solid rock. What was once a shifting dune or a silent seafloor became a cliff face. The ripple marks of a prehistoric shore, the delicate imprint of a raindrop that fell 200 million years ago. These moments of transient softness were captured, given permanence by the patient weight of time, and within some stones, a different kind of memory sleeps. A geode appears as a plain, rounded rock from the outside, often unremarkable, but inside, it can hold a cavern lined with sparkling crystals, amethyst, quartz, or agate. This hidden beauty forms in cavities where gas bubbles were trapped in cooling lava, or in hollows within sedimentary rock. Over millions of years, Mineral-saturated water seeped into these empty spaces, atom by atom, molecule by molecule. Crystals grew inward from the walls toward the center, creating a silent, glittering cathedral in the dark. The most breathtaking secret is one that has never rushed to reveal itself. The crystals within a geode catch light, but that light itself has traveled a lonely and serene path. Beyond our protective atmosphere, in the silent vacuum between worlds, sunlight travels as pure, undisturbed energy for millions upon millions of miles. It is only when it grazes the outer layers of our sky that it begins to interact, to soften, to become the gentle illumination we know. Our atmosphere scatters the shorter, bluer wavelengths of light, which is why the daytime sky is not black, but a soft, comforting blue. This scattering is a kind of celestial filter, turning the starkness of raw space into a diffused, radiant dome that cradles the earth. At the bookends of the day, this process creates a masterpiece of tranquility. During sunrise and sunset, sunlight must pass through a much thicker slice of atmosphere. The blue light is scattered away entirely, leaving behind the longer, redder, and orange wavelengths to paint the clouds. The colors of dusk and dawn are thus colors of distance and peace. They are evidence of the great depth of air that cradles us, a depth that at those moments we see not as empty space, but as a tangible glowing prism. The sun itself, when near the horizon, often loses its harsh definition, appearing as a soft, hazy orb that can be gazed upon directly, a gentle farewell or welcome. And after the sun departs, if conditions are just right, the sky offers one more quiet spectacle. Noctilucent clouds, the highest clouds on Earth, form in the mesosphere, near the edge of space itself. They are composed of ice crystals clinging to fine meteoric dust. Catching the last rays of a sun that is already set from the perspective of the ground, they glow with an ethereal, electric blue. They are a reminder that light persists even in the highest, coldest darkness, a luminous whisper from the frontier between our world and the void, visible only when the rest of the world is hushed and ready for sleep. As that last celestial light fades, a more earthly but no less magical luminescence can awaken. In forests and fields, fireflies emerge. Their light is cold chemistry, a reaction within their abdomens called bioluminescence, but its purpose is one of gentle communication. In the stillness of a summer night, each flash is a silent, rhythmic signal, a patterned call into the darkness, seeking a specific patterned reply. There is no urgency in their flicker, only a patient, pulsing code. They are writing with light on the fabric of the night, a script of connection that requires no sound, only the quiet attention of another of its kind. The darkness they illuminate is not an emptiness, but a different kind of space, one ruled by senses other than sight. For many creatures of the night, the world is a tapestry of scent and vibration. A spider in its web feels the faintest tremor of a landing moth through threads thinner than human hair. It is a world of delicate touch and distant smells carried on cooler, slower-moving air. The night air itself often grows still, as the thermal currents generated by the sun's heat fade away. This nocturnal stillness allows scents to linger, to travel in undiluted streams, the damp earthiness of soil, the perfume of night-blooming flowers like jasmine or evening primrose, which have evolved to attract pollinators who navigate by scent under the stars. And above it all, a familiar, comforting presence emerges, the moon. Its steady, reflective light is a softened echo of the day. It casts shadows that are blurred and faint, turning the complex landscape into a simplified study of silver and black. This light is not for growth or detailed work. It is for calm reflection. It is light enough to see the broad shape of a hill, the gentle curve of a path, but not so much as to reveal every detail. It invites a softening of the gaze, acceptance of outlines and suggestions. The moon in its phases also reminds us of cycles. It waxes and wanes in a predictable 29-day rhythm, a celestial metronome that has paced the spawning of corals, the rhythms of countless life forms, and the quiet wonder of human observers for all of history. Its constant, changing face is a companion in the sky, a silent guardian of the night's peace. In the gentle hold of this moonlit quiet, even the weather transforms into a soothing presence. Consider the fog that forms in valleys on still nights. It is not a storm or a downpour, but the air itself becoming visible, softened into a billion tiny droplets. Fog is a cloud choosing to rest upon the earth. It muffles sound, creating a world of profound acoustic peace. The distant bark of a dog, the far-off hum of a highway, these sounds are absorbed, their edges blurred into a soft, uniform silence. Within a fog bank, the world seems smaller, simpler, wrapped in a cool cotton blanket. It is the atmosphere settling, finding a state of restful equilibrium between the day's warmth and the night's chill. And when the air is clear and cold, the very moisture it holds can crystallize into frost. This is not the violent fracturing of ice, but its most delicate artistry. On a single blade of grass, feathery patterns of ice crystals grow, each one a unique, six-sided wonder formed by the direct transition of water vapor into solid ice. This process, called deposition, creates a fragile, sparkling world that exists only until the first touch of morning sun. It is a testament to the beauty of transient states, of conditions that are just right for a short, silent celebration of structure and light, before melting away without a trace. This entire world of calm, from the deep planetary hum to the fleeting frost, exists in a state of continuous, peaceful exchange. Your own resting body is part of this silent conversation. The warmth you radiate joins the thermal currents of the room. The carbon dioxide in your breath is a gift to the waiting plants. The rhythm of your heart, slowing into sleep, finds its counterpart in the pulse of the tides and the patient turn of the seasons. There is no separation. You are not a visitor in this universe of sleepy facts. You are a living, breathing part of its fabric. Your consciousness is simply softening its focus, allowing you to feel the integration that is always here. The boundaries between you and the calm earth are dissolving, like sugar in warm tea, becoming one sweet, seamless whole. Feel the weight of your body, fully supported by the planet that sings its low, slow hum. Your breath is the same breath that stirs the meadow grass, that fills the sails of dandelion seeds on their aimless journey. There is no place you need to be, nothing you need to hold on to. You can release it all into the vast and patient systems that have always known how to care for everything. The roots are drinking deeply in the dark soil. The moon is pulling gently on the seas. The stars are continuing their long silent glide. And you are here, perfectly placed within this endless quiet exchange, cradled in the soft web of life. There is no difference now between the quiet of the room and the quiet of the deep forest, between the rhythm of your heart and the rhythm of the turning earth. It is all one, peaceful, whole, so just listen to this unified silence, to the sound of belonging. And as you listen, let your thoughts become like those slow sinking particles in the deep ocean, drifting downward through layers of warm, dark peace, settling into a soft, timeless place where everything is already and always at rest. You are part of the universe, and the universe is holding you now, safe, calm, and deeply, deeply asleep. Good night.